What's up, everybody, with the Yankee and the Brit MMA Underground? As you see today, we have the Yankee for the moment. Oh, and our special guest today, Demon Monsoon.
Yo.
So how you doing today?
Hey, I'm just going to say quick before you get to them, I'm not ignoring you all. I'm going on my phone doing what I normally do when the Canadian's on, shoving us down everybody's throat. So I'm not ignoring you all. All right, go ahead, Demon Monsoon. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, that's okay. I just got done some really good sparring tonight at my gym. So
nice. I need to get some good rounds in soon.
Hey, you know me. I'm always working. I mean, I never take a day off.
Right? No, you can't too, especially with the name Demon Monsoon. You have all these fights coming out. You got all these people wanting to fight you. You got to stay tip-top shape all the time. Ready to go on the drop of a notice. Bam.
I got a list.
Yeah, he's got a list.
I got a list of fights already. I'm not like.
Okay, then let's start with. Is his name Ryan Dalton? I'm sorry if I screwed up Ryan's name. Let's start there because I follow you on social media. I like your videos. I enjoy watching you fight. I think you're a great follow. Tell us how this started because I only found out about it when it was a three-way with you, him, and Scarface.
Well, Jeff, this guy, Jeff the Superfan, said to me I should do celebrity boxing. And I'm like, okay. And then he ran his mouth about, well, I can knock you out. I can beat you. And I'm just like, dude, why don't you come to Street Beefs and actually box? Celebrity boxing, from what I've heard, I'm not going to bash it, but it's like the WWE. Come on, it's rigged. And I'm like, why don't you actually step into the cage with me? And then he just starts going on and on. And I'm like, dude, you're annoying. Go away. He even told a few of my opponents, oh, Demon's going to get knocked out.
Oof.
Really? I didn't get knocked out. Right. He's a clown. I'm just going to say right now, he's a clown. And I always tell people that. I say, people who talk big, they're clowns. So.
Yeah, and I know that recently you had a fight just dropped for the West Coast. You settled the beef over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it actually started 3 years ago. Me and Joshua Jacob Jones is what his name is. We fought. I actually flew out all the way out to Colorado. Let's as they say, check the eternal book.
All right.
April of 2019. I flew out there. It was a great event. And his friends called it a draw. Well, his friends gave him the win. My friends called it a draw. I said, well, let's do another match. Well, then we kind of had a little bit of a falling out. Then we did another fight. We became friends again, but he made some derogatory comments, and we had to go on and on and on and on to settle this. And it took the big sister of all Street Beefs, Sunshine, to just say, okay, enough's enough. We're going to get this down. And we threw down. We went to war. We went 5 rounds. And let me just say, the beef's over, and a partnership came out of it.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for, right? Street Beefs.
Yeah. We settled, and it was kind of funny because my YouTube show, and I've been talking to a few people about this, my YouTube show is turning 20 years old, the actual show, not the channel, but the show is turning 20. And I said, dude, we just ended a 3-year war. What are we going to do to top this? I'm like, oh, we got to top something. And I've been sharing, let's just say Scrapyard and the West Coast is building for the 20th anniversary. Well, actually, the 16th season is going to start a little earlier, and it's going to culminate with Scrapyard, and then the West Coast is going to host part 1 or 2 of the 20th anniversary special. Like I'm going all out for this. This is my 20th anniversary, and I want to do it. I want to go all out.
That's crazy. Hell yeah. That's awesome. And I know that. What's that?
20 years of doing this thing.
Hell yeah. So I know that you have a lot of big goals, you know, with all sorts of other aspirations. I'm curious. I remember when I talked to you before, you were saying that you had some fighting goals, and I want to see if you want to let some of the people know about that, because I'm intrigued by a lot of that.
Well, as y'all know, being diagnosed with autism, you know, you don't get chances to really talk about, you know, get to do fights. It's very tough to get amateur fights. StreetBeefs getting that, and my goal is we're now at 280 days, 281 days till I turn a certain number, which I'm not ready to turn. I'm already hit 40. No, don't want to see 40 yet.
Join the club. Come on over. Join the club.
I'm not ready for 40, but my goal is to be a pro, have my first pro fight before my 40th birthday to show anybody with autism can do it. That no matter how old you are, no matter how your brain is programmed, you can do it. You can achieve anything. And that's been the big goal for me, is to really get to that point, to tell people like, hey, you know, I have autism, but I'm coming with this message of anybody can do it. And absolutely, I mean, it's tough. I'll say right now, the first, if it wasn't for Scarface and StreetBeefs, I wouldn't be boxing. And kind of ironic, if it wasn't for Josh, there wouldn't be the bitter rivalry that would have become what it is. Because everybody wanted to see that third fight. So,
right. Hell yeah.
For people who don't know, how'd you get involved with fighting in StreetBeefs?
That was actually let's put it this way. Demon has a big mouth sometimes when he doesn't understand. And okay, because I didn't know how anything worked, I thought I could fight anyone. And right. I actually got called out. I called somebody out, and Sunshine comes in and says, no, this is how you do it. Let's get you. And she didn't realize that the guy actually was like ticking me off. And I said, you know what? Let me fight him. Let me fight him. I'm going to fight him, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no. Okay. Let's get you a fight in StreetBeefs. Actually, let's see. My arm is. Okay. 4/6/2019 was my first StreetBeefs fight. And it's tattooed on my arm. And that's how I did it. And after the first one, you know, they were a little nervous. They were like, he has autism. Can he fight? They saw me fight the first time. And Chris Wilmore, Scarface, I still remember going into the third round. One more round, you're winning the fight. Keep it up. Okay, that happened. And then lo and behold, it became 2, then 3, and now, let me get the exact number. 30 StreetBeefs fights later.
38?
30.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
if you combine the West Coast beef fight and if you combine everything with Street Beefs, I'm 28-2.
Dang. What's up, Josh Klein? What's up? All right, I'll go to see you too. Yeah, he is inspiring. Okay, and that's perfect because being inspiring, I'm inspired as a fighter, and I'm curious, how is it that when you're getting hit, hook, uppercut, jab, well on your head, you are still moving forward? How can you keep that pressure on when you fight? I'm very curious.
Simple. I'm not going to die in that ring. You're in my house, and it's who I'm fighting for. I always say I fight for those who can't fight, and I mean it. My arms, they're not written up yet, but Sharpies are guys' best friend around here. I write names of people who have autism, who are mentors to me, who cannot be there, and then I write my mom and my dad. Mama Demon goes on this arm, Dad goes on this arm, and I'm fighting for them. It's one of those things that I will take a beating and keep coming back for more because I know there are people out there that are struggling, and I laugh when somebody hits me in the face. I'm just like, my turn. Bam! I enjoy it. It's kind of sad.
Now I know that you have a tag team boxing match coming up, right?
Yes. This is kind of funny how this came on. As some of y'all know, I have a young man. He's one of my best friends. His name is Wicked One. Well, his brother is our medic for StreetBeefs.
All right.
He comes up to me and he goes, "Man, I wish I could do this." And I know he's green. He's beyond green. And I'm like, well, what if we did a tag team? And I know I'm going to take all the beating. That's my mom. That's what. If you see Sandy Mysek, that's Mama Demon.
Shout out, Mom.
But he wanted to do it, and I went to Sunshine, and anything I do, we don't do pre-matchups. But this, I asked her. I said, "Could we get this? Do a tag team?" And I went to two people that I trusted, who would do this with me. And they said, "Yes, I gotcha. We got it." So I do know both these fighters, Shaggy Wood, as we're calling it, and Country Demon. And I said, look, I said, you guys are going to get a good fight out of it. And Sunshine said, yeah, we will make sure this happens. And I want to make sure, I want him to have the very best, like the best experience. Because he plays softball and he's our medic. So I'm kind of like, he wants to learn, he wants to get into this. So we'll work. I'll take the beatings.
Yeah, right. You go first when you're ready to tap out.
Yeah, I'll be like, so if he wants me to tap in, I'll be like, God damn. And I've already been told they're gonna, throw it all. I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that. But it's to help him. He wants to experience, and I give him a lot of props. He's the medic, and he wants to experience what we experience as fighters. So,
all right, hold on.
But that's not the only one that's coming. There's a lot. The list of fights, Jesus, oh my God.
I do got more questions, and I'm sure Buddy does too, but we got a quick word from our boys over at Overtime Hustling.
Overtime Hustling.
What's good? It's your homie, Freezes Christ. Y'all know the deal. Make sure y'all head on over to overtimehustling.com where you can catch all the latest merch, all the newest mags, all the media, everything, know what I mean? And You can also find me on Winging It with the homies Keith G, King Dale, and Payne Gusto. And you can catch me on Turf Tales with the homie SK, as well as Backbox, you know what I mean? And if you got nothing to do on Sundays, even if you do got something to do, make sure you tap in the Overtime Reactions hosted by the homie Cuzzo. And I cannot forget the homie Jay over there at the Yankee and the Brit channel. So make sure y'all go over there and check them out. And hey, check me out, your boy Freezes, on that Real Talk with Jay. It was a hell of an interview, yo. Gotta do it again. I keep saying it because I mean it. We gotta do it again. I had a great motherfucking time. But anyway, you know who it is. Freezes H, OTH, Yankee and the Brit, Winging It, Turf Tales, Overtime Reactions, Chronicles Podcast. You know the drill. Cush's Corner. It's a motherfucking movement. So move with it. Or move out the motherfucking way. Simple and plain.
Overtime hustling, we hustling overtime.
We got my issues.
Yes. So back to the man on the show, Demon Monsoon. My next question is for you. Have you watched Cuzzo's reactions at all?
No.
You have to check that out. He plays StreetBeefs fights and then reacts to them while he's watching them. It's very cool. You'll have to check that out.
I think he did. I think I've seen. I think I've seen one where he did me and my homie Wicked,
Okay.
and that was just, that was a funny one. We'll say that.
So I have a question too. I see you with the belt, man. You want to talk a little bit about the belt?
Yeah, I actually have 2 belts. One was given to me by StreetBeefs, and it is used for some of their championship matches. What's really cool about that one is that was given to me at, let me see, so they had so many fights. I actually have the date for that.
I'm dating. I like it. Organized.
Let's see, exhibition. Blah, 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 blah. Wow, that was way before. Jeez.
Yeah, list of all those ass whoopings. Look at that, guys.
Yeah, it kind of this kind of DK. My goodness, this is a while. Jeez, Josh rematch, Beer City, Bandit, Scrapjack. Okay, it was like sometime. Jeez, this is kind of sad. Where
you might actually skipped over. I've done that. You know, you're looking too fast. Like, keep going.
Yeah, I'm just like, wait a minute. I know it was in the summer. I think it was in the summer. Okay, whatever. I think it was like fight number 20. I don't know. Oh yeah, here it is. It was the bottom page, of course. 2020, May 16th, we had a StreetBeefs mixer. It was the last mixer held at the old, very old, the original OG yard here in Harrisonburg, and they had me win that belt. They gave that to me. I came in second. The guy in front of me fought 7 times. And then the other one, I think, yeah, it was Wicked, was in November 5th of this past year, up near the Royersford, Spring City area, which is up near Philadelphia, at the BBB Federation, which is another fight organization. My buddy Don runs that, and he said, look, we want you to fight for the cruiserweight title. Okay. Nobody, every time we'd set me up, everyone would bail. So who should step in? My buddy Wicked won. So he and I fought. He got a belt. I got a belt. I was like, okay. I'm like, so that's how I have those 2 belts, and I cherish them. People are always like, I'm going to take them. I'm like, you're going to have to kill me before you even get that. Nah.
Not going to happen. Sorry. Not happening. No.
Yeah, it ain't going. I mean, especially the 3-piece one. It's like the American Express card. I never leave home without it.
Walk down the street just wearing a belt. Like, yeah, don't get your ass whooped. No, walk to the other side of the street, please.
Oh, I've taken them into work, and the ladies I work with are like, man, if anybody comes in, we all know who we're going to have challenge. I'm like, well, I'm right here for you, ladies. Like,
Uh-oh. He's like, yes, I can lift you both at the same time. Ooh.
oh, I do that all the time with them, and they love it.
Woo!
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Now, since we're talking about some of the other fights and whatnot, do you have a personal favorite fight that you had, or like anyone that you thought was like, yeah, your favorite opponent?
I actually have three of them. One is it's literally the trilogy fight with Josh, which even though it was a beef fight, it was an epic battle of the ages. For that, I think that was one of those three fights. It really, we settled the beef, but it was also, it brought out the very best of us. The second fight, I have to go with Killer Kyle, just because he is a StreetBeefs legend, great fighter. And third, I'm going to say right now, it's a flip of the coin. My homie Church Boy or Wicked One, just because they were special fights. Like, and also Grizzly, I'll tie it in with those. Any one of my fights is special, just because I get to fight. That's what I love.
Right? It does feel different. Like each one of the fights I've had, I've trained a little bit different. It learned something. Walk away pain in a different spot. Like I know when I fought Gummy, my lungs hurt from breathing so damn hard. I had a black eye. When I fought Hitmon Lee, couldn't breathe right for a week because I ate so many rib shots. I was like,
well, and for me, it's just like, I know, like, when I fight, it's special to me. Like, every fight is so special. And it's like, what happens if tomorrow, God forbid, hey, Demon, come on home now. Go up. You're done. We're gonna send you up. And that could be the last thing somebody sees. Oh, Demon fought. Those are the moments. Like, that's just being in there and being around all my friends and say, hey, I got to fight.
Become immortalized. Oh, do you have a routine to prepare for a fight? Good one. Ana Luisa. Fire chicken. What's up?
My routine, I train every day. If I know it's a big fight, we do a thing called Fight Gone Bad over at Mastering MMA. I will say right now, it is 15 minutes, and excuse my language, pure hell. You will, like, I've posted a picture of what I look like afterwards. You don't eat after 2:00 that day because you will puke if you eat. And they break you down. The cardio is intense. And that's your last day of fighting. Now, at the event, I'm always joyful, blah, blah, blah. I'm happy-go-lucky. Everybody sees me. And then the headphones go on, and I play. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. I love Doctor Who besides, what's it called? Jurassic Park and Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Dominion ruled. Screw the critics. But I will listen to the 12th Doctor's Regeneration, and I've had somebody come up to me, and all they hear is, Jeffrey, I let you go. And Demon comes out, and it's like, someone has gone up to one of my friends and said, is he okay? And then they see the face, and I'm like, oh, no. Okay, Demon, and I'll just be like, what? And they're like, they back away.
Yeah, like clear path, he's coming through.
Yeah, you're going to see pain.
I mean, sometimes those soundtracks can be epic. Episodes, TV series, movies.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to a couple video game ones a couple times, like God of War. Some of it's so raw. I'll put it on when I hit the weights, and I'm just like,
oh, because my car right now is going through a repair thing. I will be listening to some like major metal music or Papa Roach or something, and I'm just like, and literally people are just like, oh crud. Or when I'm getting ready for a big day of sparring, or even like the day before a fight, I'm just like, it's a beat. And like, on the other routine, because I know she's watching, I take one phone call. I call one person. I do like a big blast on Facebook. I message one of my group chats that have my closest friends, and then I call my mom. Mama Demon is the last person I call before my fights. And she's the first person I call after my fights. So because it's just, we've had that since my first fight. And we've always done that. She's the last person I call, the first person I call.
What was it like the first time you got in there to fight, and how was it for your mom?
Well, let's see. Do we want to go when I kept something secret from her the day after my birthday? Oh, yeah. I know I'm in trouble. I will go. Well, I'll do a 2-story thing. The first time I ever stepped into a cage was March 23rd, 2019. Alan A. Train did a promotion, and I went out there, and I told her right before I went into the cage. I said, "Hey, I'll call you right back when I'm done." The first time I went to StreetBeefs, she didn't watch it. Like they didn't do they didn't air it at first until like later on. This is when they were just about to pop. And I knew she was worried. And as soon as it was over, I called her. And she was relieved. Now that they do the live cast, Sunshine will tell her, "Demon's going up. Demon's up. Jeff's up." And I will hear who's ever holding the phone. "Mama Demon says, knock the dude out." So I will hear my mom screaming on YouTube. And I'm like, of course. But she knows as soon as she'll know like about 5-10 minutes later after I get out of the cage, and my brain, because I do have what's called an episode where my brain reboots and is like, she knows she's going to get a phone call, and she'll tell me, "Hey, you did great. I love you, blah, blah." And, she's like, did you take your CBD oil? Yes. You good? Yes. She goes, "You're going to go have fun now?" Yes. So I can only imagine what it's like for her. She's just like, is it over yet? Is it over yet?
That's crazy. I never thought about it like that. How you say you have to reboot after a fight. That's interesting, huh?
It scares some people. I know when I started noticing it the last 2 years. And what it is it's pretty much my brain. So Demon takes over, as we like to say, the other personality takes over. And it runs through everything. It goes through everything. As soon as everything's over and I know I'm done fighting, Demon goes to sleep and my brain says, "Oh, hey, time to reboot." And as soon as it's like everybody who's around me, my crew, the Wolverine, oh yeah, I know that people have seen it. When it hits. People around me. One of my last fights, I had one. It was right after the fight was over, and I asked somebody what happened. They said, "You said for Corey," and the Wolverine was right there and goes, "Come here, buddy, come here," because I was the last fight at this one event, and Wolverine's about to go home. He goes, "Oh, wait a minute, I got to see the Monsoon fight." And he repped the fight. And as he's leaving, I go, and my buddy Daniel's right there, Carissa, a few people right there, and I said Corey's name, and Corey's like, "Come here, bud, I got you." And I sat down. They gave me my CBD oil, and about like 5 minutes later, I'm like, "How'd I do?" And I said, "Oh shoot, where's Corey? I didn't say goodbye to Corey." They got me my cell phone. I called Corey. Corey's like, "Dude, you're fine, man. I'm glad." Like, he was happy that I called him, but I didn't. I felt bad because I didn't say goodbye to him. I'm like one of those guys. I'm like, dang it.
No, I feel that.
All right. One more quick break before we get back to the rest of the questions. But it's a word from Yankee and the Brit.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay from Yankee and the Brit telling you to come over and check out our shows. The Yankee and the Brit Sports Talk, Well Beyond the Arc, the Markout Podcast, Flagrant and Foul, Real Talk with Jay, and MMA Underground Weekly at YouTube.com/The Yankee and the Brit. Deuces.
Yeah, deuces.
Hey, buddy, that orange Zuel is pretty tight, bro.
Oh, thank you. Heck yeah. I was trying to match the scrapyard.
I like
boy. Scrapper is going to be rocking soon. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. What? So sorry. I was gonna say, speaking of nice fits, your outfit I saw in one of the fights, it was like a jigsaw puzzle, multicolored, like gloves and pants or shorts matching.
Yes.
Are you gonna wear that anytime soon?
Those gloves are specially made. They're going to be for all my fights, all StreetBeefs fights, whether it be West Coast, OG Yard, Scrap Yard, Dirty South, wherever I'm at, that have 12-ounce gloves. And I got the 16-ounce ones without the Zeo symbols, as I call them. They're for like BBB Federation. If somebody wants 16-ounce gloves, I'll use them.
Yeah.
But they're my babies, as I call them. But when I go out to Scrap Yard, yeah, I still can't believe I'm going out the Scrap Yard. I've already been told I'm going out there to die. Only I would take on the guy who's 12-0. I mean, okay, but let's do it.
It's like they said, if he dies, he dies.
He dies.
All right, great because I'm the layman fan sitting here. Who's the 12-0 guy he's going to fight?
I am fighting Viking Warrior.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah.
Now, just so everybody understands what this is, because I have gotten so much. Are you nuts? He's going to destroy. Hold on, let's see. He's going to, and I quote, he's going to destroy you. He's going to rip you apart. He's on a different level. Now, I'm going to stress this. This is not a normal scrapyard boxing match. It is actually an exhibition bout for autism awareness, and we are going to break a record for scrapyard. Scrapyard's history has never done 5 rounds. We're going 5 rounds.
Nice. Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
And now I've talked to Viking Warrior. I look up the Viking Warrior. I love the dude. And I said to him, are you cool? You and I going to, I said, dude, he considers it an honor. I said, it's not, I said, dude, we're going all 5 rounds. We're not going to kill each other. But everybody who is, now it's been split. Some have said, oh, this is going to be a great fight. Others saying, you're going to die. And I'm like, guys, I don't care. I'm doing this for autism awareness. If I want to turn pro, I'm going to face a guy like this down the road. Guess what? We are going to match each other momentum. So it's going to be something special. I've talked to the guys at Scrapyard. Fire Chicken has talked to me. We've talked about this. Viking Warrior and I have talked about this. There's probably going to be a tag team or something being set up for me as well. They all want me to fight the Canadian too. That's been rumored with couple of the guys. But I said, guys, I'm doing Viking Warrior. I said, he's my friend. We're doing it. Okay, he wins. Big deal. It's not about the winning part. We're doing this for autism awareness. It's something that Scrapyard and I have talked about, and it's going to promote the cause. That's what I'm doing. Every chance I get, I'm promoting my cause, which is for autism awareness. My friends out will never use the R word. Thank God. Took some time for that, but we're trying to promote that. But people have come here, "Are you gonna die?" I'm like, yeah, that's what they all say, and I still look good afterwards.
Right, exactly. I tell people when I get a fight, they're like, "Dang, look at your face." I'm like, "Yeah, I got some makeup put on by the other guy's fist. You like it?"
I tell people if I get a black eye, I said, "Nah, it was just another day at the office."
Yeah, I like that one. I'll have to use that. See, and I like it because you get in the cage and it really shows you what you're made of. You know, you can push yourself further. And no matter what sort of jitters, no matter what happens, I mean, at the end of the day, you're walking out of that cage. And I think a lot of people don't always realize that, especially people who have never fought or ever have been in a fight. I don't think they'll ever understand something like that. Because I know a few of my opponents, it's like I've been nervous to fight. And yeah, once I get in afterwards, it's like, that wasn't as bad as I thought.
Exactly. That's why I tell everybody it's exactly like that. Like after it's over, it's like, okay, what's next? Blah blah blah. You're used to it. And the guys have said what they said. You know, I respect them. I love them to death. Well, I'm still going to do it. I'm like, I don't care. Like,
man.
I mean, they told me do not take on a guy who's 6'6". Guess what? Hi, boom! I decked him. I still fought.
Yeah.
We fought at StreetBeefs. He was 6'6". You don't do. I'm 5'8". Hi. Okay, David versus Goliath. I'm gonna do it.
Let's do it. And I like what you said too. Like if you're gonna go pro, you will find somebody at that height or that caliber. So it's just like it's early practice, you know. That's why I like it. I like the hard fights because whenever I fight someone who's not as good or something, then it doesn't feel as intense because I know what some of the best is like over here. So all right.
Yeah, I mean, I literally had a dude. He peed his pants in the second round. Going into the second round, the dude, and I stopped him. The dude. They said that he dumped water on his pants. I was told he peed his pants, and I beat him. I mean, it was bad. I mean, it was one of those, you know, it happens. It happened. Like I said, I look at Viking where I have studied all of his fights.
Got a good amount.
I study all of his fights. I'm sure he studied my fights. Now, here's what a lot of people don't understand about me. I'm evolving into something different. What they're seeing is not what is going to be there in August. What's going to be there in October? Oh, you see a brawler. Oh, he's just going to pick it. I'm like, no. Stuff is happening where people are like, Scarface posted a video of him and I. You know, I did more technical work. Demon turning technical brawler. Tonight, my coach and I were talking about what I need to work on. Guess what? We're working on that stuff. So every fight, I become more and more different. And I also stay humble, too.
Oh, you have to. Absolutely. I mean, all it takes is that one, those people that run their mouth and then that one fight and they get their butt whooped. Or there's that. I'm trying to think of who the guy was. Wasn't Monsoon the Great? Maybe it was, where he was fighting and right when he was about to get choked out and he called her, he's like, "I want you, Beach." And then he was like, "Keep fighting." And then he got rear naked right there.
I forget who it was. I mean, I've had a couple guys who've been like, they've run their mouths. I've even had one on my show, on my YouTube show. He's run his mouth. Well, what he didn't realize was he's going to have to face me in BBB Federation. Oops. You run your mouth against my friends, you end up with me in the ring. It's all business.
Just go to work clock. Before I ask my next question, you got another question, Jay?
I'm wondering, like, how long do you feel you can fight in Street Beefs? Like, do you think about that? Because I know you don't like the idea you're joining my club of the 40 and over club, but how long do you think you can fight? Do you think about it, or do you not think about that yet?
Well, the rule is with StreetBeefs is once you turn pro, you have to wait a year after you're being active as a pro to go back to StreetBeefs. Or you have to do MMA.
Oh,
Somebody's learning MMA. Sorry, Mom. But you know, like when that moment comes, if I want to do the pro fight, I know it's going to be January, February. Let's say it's January. My final StreetBeefs fight would be October or November. Just because then it's 2 months later, I have my first pro fight. It really comes down to when we set the date for my pro fight. That's when I would know. Will it be the most emotional fight? Yes. I've seen two of the all-time greats of StreetBeefs about to turn pro. Fair Play and Venom Black. That was emotional for me because that's going to be me soon. Like, I'm going to have that moment where, you know, I'll be at StreetBeefs and I won't be able to step into the ring. I won't be in that cage. And, you know, I'll have to, after I do a pro fight, okay, I do 1 or 2 pro fights and it's over. And when that's done, it's like, man, I can't do the StreetBeefs. I'm just going to be there to help. And that's going to be, you know, that'll be hard for me. But it's the next step of my career, you know. Now, down the road when I'm no longer doing pro fights, if you don't think I'm going to step in that cage, yeah, like, come on.
I mean, we have Anomaly at the scrapyard. He's 60 years old and he's still whooping ass.
And here's the scary thing. I'm past my life expectancy. Autistics don't live this long. My goal, my dad, I look up to him. My dad was my hero. We just celebrated his birthday a couple weeks ago. My thing was this. If I make it past his age, which I believe was like 54 or 55, I'm good. No, it'd be 50. Yeah, it would be 56 or 50. I know, close enough. I know it's somewhere up there. But I live past that. I know I've done good. Like that's a goal of mine. That's why it's, you know, I'm eating right. I'm training hard. It's like I don't want to turn into him because towards the end of his life, you know, he had a bad liver, he had cirrhosis of the liver, and he had a failed liver transplant. He was diabetic, and I'm doing everything I can to make sure I don't go that way. Yeah,
absolutely.
I can't say for other members of my family, but that's my brother. Check this.
Well, you know, you already leave a legacy, not just with StreetBeefs, but the lives you impact. Like you said, you're naturally a pretty happy person. It seems like you smile a lot. I mean, when you think of Demon Monsoon, I remember when I met you over in Virginia when I went with Steve and all them, and you're so welcoming. You're so just enjoyable to be around. I just feel like no matter where you go, StreetBeefs Pro or whatever, you're definitely gonna make an impact. I like it. And Demon Monsoon.
Well, the big thing that, like I said, you guys get the front of it. I always tell people there's the front that everyone sees, then there's the behind the scenes, and it's, you know, I've lived in Virginia now. We're going on year 3 soon, and at first it was interesting. Then COVID hit, got even more interesting. And then I had a succession of bad roommates. One turned out to be really cool. You know, he and I, we had a beef. We beat the crap out of each other. And now we're becoming friends again. It's not Josh on Lenore. I had one. He came for the summer and he bailed. He did some stuff to me and bailed. Now I have this beautiful home. I'm on my own. There are a couple Street Beefs fighters, and my gym is right near me. Sunshine always checks in on me. My mom checks in on me. Wicked, Country Boy, they're always all around me. So, I know I'm safe. I do also, I know it's going to sound horrible. I give a shout out to the Harrisonburg Police Department. Every night I'll get knock on my door. Hey, Jay. Hey, man. You good, bro? Yep. He goes, you need your medicine? No. Okay. You're going to be home tomorrow, right? I go, yeah. And I tell them what my schedule is. Like, they check in on me every night to make sure I'm okay. And yes, I have autism. Yes, I have a condition that when it's social, it's really bad. There are days where I'm just like, leave me alone. I don't want to be around any of you. Then there are days where I need to be around everybody. I went to the movies this past weekend. You literally thought I was 14 years old. I was a kid in a candy store because it was my movie. And, people recorded me crying because I took it in. I'm the baby of the family. In my family, I'm the youngest. I'm a mama's boy. I will say right now, Mama Demon, it's clockwork. 4 o'clock comes. Hey, Mom, I'm done work. Okay, you going home? Yeah. Call me when you're done at the gym. Hey, Mom, I'm done at the gym. Love ya. It's how we do things. It's a process. And when anybody comes to Street Beefs, I try to make them feel welcome. The West Coast guys, make them feel welcome. Scrapyard guys, make them feel welcome. Because here's the thing. It's the reverse. I flew out to the West Coast. West Coast took care of me. I fly out to Scrapyard. Scrapyard's got my back. Because they know I'm coming by myself. And it's like, we got to make sure Demon's okay. Like, what does he need? Hey, Sunshine, what does Demon need? And I can guarantee you it will happen. There will be a moment where everyone will be like, okay, who's picking Demon up at the airport? I'm like, oh, shoot, where are we putting him? I mean, that's the kind of stuff that it happened with the West Coast trip.
Yeah. Oops.
And I'm always like, oh, man, how bad is this going to be? But it's fun. It's part of the journey.
It's a journey. They're memories that you're making. You're having a good time. Yeah, that's half the fun. I like when I love to say, oh, my car broke down this time, or this happened over here. I ran into this person, and they almost started beefing on the street.
I get that every day. I'm walking down. You're not allowed to cross the street. I go, I have the right of way. You want to make a thing about it? I'm like,
get the car. What do you mean? Put him up.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is there's always a cop that sits at the end of my street, so they know when I'm walking. So it's like, really, dude, you're gonna get busted. I'm like, I'm just gonna laugh.
Yeah, I got the whole. I'm like,
it's actually happened where and my coworkers. I have a great boss. We had somebody. They called me a certain word, and he fired him on the spot. He said, "No, that's my best cook. He works his butt off every day. Nah, you're not. No. Beat it." I said, "Dude, you need him." He goes, "I need you." He goes, "You're running my store when you're making my food." I'm like, "Okay." I just shrug it. I'm like, eh.
Now I didn't ask the question yet. I know Steve asked you, but how did you get the name Demon Monsoon?
Well, it's a two-parter. Monsoon was my original name. Back in high school, we had a local weatherman. He just retired. And they said, we need something to rhyme with Mysick, a weather phenomenon. You're our weatherman. I'm like, Monsoon? You're Monsoon. You fast forward it, that stayed with me my entire high school career, college, and then obviously my radio and YouTube, all that. It was my third StreetBeefs fight. And I had never gotten I didn't know what a knockdown was or TKO. I'm like, I don't know. I'm fighting.
Yep.
The second time third time in the cage, we're after the second knockdown. Everybody yells, "Demon, jump on him, knock this guy out. You'll win." All I heard was knock the guy out, and I just gunned it, and I hit him, and he stumbled back, crashed in the cage. Old Wolverine goes, "He's not a Monsoon. He's a demon." And I'm like, demon? Demon Monsoon.
Ooh, demon.
Let's go with that. At first, Mom didn't like that. She's okay. My mom is a very good, wholesome Catholic lady. Okay. Now, my middle name is Michael, so Michael slays the demons. So it's like, okay, what are we gonna? It's like, I'm Demon Monsoon. Now she's like, I'm Mama Demon. Mama Demon, hey, Mama Demon's on. It's like it just became clockwork. It was just you laugh at it, it's like, you're Mama Demon. She goes, yep. And then she has her list of she always talks, she goes, Mama Demon says kick his butt. Or like when I do interviews, she'll make a comment. She goes, Mama Demon here. I'm just like, that's my mom. Like,
right. Heck yeah, it's okay. She just pray a little extra on Sunday. It's all good.
I know she prays for me every day. She's like, oh, God help us.
Well, we really appreciate having you coming on the show, Demon Monsoon. Why don't you shout out your social media? Because you are a great follow, and that way people can follow you.
Yeah, on YouTube, all you have to do is type in Demon Monsoon on YouTube. My channel comes up. I'm also on Instagram. I think it's a Demon Monsoon Street. Just put Demon Monsoon SB. You can follow me on my personal Facebook page. We do have a fan page for Demon Monsoon. I never really update that because everybody will tell you I'm the minus the core StreetBeefs guys. When you have, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's like 10 fights already planned. And I also have, I have 10 fights planned between, 18. Yeah, there's like a lot planned. Dude, I want to get as many as I can. But just type in my name, Jeffrey Mysick, or literally just type in Demon Monsoon. I'm everywhere. I love doing the live videos. I try to do one every day. If it's about a topic, one day I talked about the commissions because I have friends on West Virginia commissions, and a fighter made a comment. Not a good idea for me seeing it. And then if you guys are at the StreetBeefs events, hit me up. I'm always more than happy to talk. Or, I have people just coming up to me like, I need your picture. And I'm like, I'm not famous. I'm nobody. And they'll say, yes, you are. I'm like, I'm not nobody.
Yeah, you are.
We are getting ready for I still can't believe I'm doing it, season 16 of my YouTube channel. We're going to be doing a lot in July. I'll be also in Florida as well for something. And then obviously Scrapyard is going to host. I just got off with Steve about it. Viking Warrior and I were going to do our thing, and then probably I'll do another fight. But Scrapyard is actually going to be the kickoff to the road to the 20th anniversary special. I am trying to create the biggest celebration because October is a very bad month for me because next year will be my dad's 20th anniversary of his passing, but we're going to make the 20th anniversary this year huge. We're going to do a 3-part event, and I'm going to be interviewing a lot of folks at Scrapyard for the channel. Steve said go for it, and it's going to be a fun trip. You can follow that on the YouTube channel. We're doing the Road to Scrapyard starting in August. August 1st, I think, is going to be the first show called journeying into the yard, and it's like, what the heck? We're still working on it. I literally planned this stuff out. It's like, here's a script. Throw it out the window. Let's start from scratch.
What, man? I'm excited to see it. I am going to go over and subscribe to your channel as soon as we're done here. Everybody else, make sure you go do that. I follow him on Facebook. He's a great follow. Thank you so much, man, and we'll have to have you on again.
Definitely. I'll see you guys. And, buddy, you know I'm going to see you in August, man.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, we'll have to get a little light sparring in so you don't whoop me too bad.
Dude, I'm the one who's going to be. Yeah, they'll be like, look how bloodied he is. I'm like, just another day at the. I am planning. This is a mini vacation. I'm flying out on a Thursday, coming back on a Tuesday. I told my boss, said, I'm taking a long vacation. He goes, why? I said, I don't get to go. I've never been to the Pacific Northwest. I'm going back to Vegas. I've never been to. I do also have to see a Bigfoot. And like, you all have this Sasquatch thing, and Mama Demon likes those things, so I got to go hunting for one.
That's right.
All right, man. Well, you have a great night. Thanks again.
You too, man.
Oh. Hell yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, no, he is such a great follow on the internet, and it was great to talk to him. I'm actually pretty happy the Canadian couldn't make it tonight, because then I got to talk to him instead of the Canadian. So I really enjoyed that. But, Buddy V, you know what time it is?
Yes, I do.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
I got two today. First one was going to be from the OG yard. Now, I know you were thinking, I was going to say Demon Monsoon, but I thought you guys were a twist. So I couldn't let you catch on. I couldn't have, you couldn't get my system down. So I actually chose Man in the Mirror because I like the way he fights. He's coming up. He's definitely winning the last, I think, 4 fights he's had boxing. He's coming out killer. He's jumped almost 30-something pounds from his first fight to his most recent fight. Now, because of that, I'm already impressed because people going up 15, 20 pounds, you have that weight, they get knocked out easier, this and that. His athleticism has grown with it. So I'm just very curious with someone so young who's 17 turning 18, what the future holds for him. I really need to know, especially because I know that he's probably going to end up going pro. I mean, come on. And the second one is a scrapyard belt holder. Recently became JB. Friends with Lights Out. He came, I can't remember who he fought. I don't know why I'm spacing on his name right now. But he had like curly hair and a beard. They had a title boxing match for the 205 title, and he came out on top and took it. He was looking clean. He was looking very lean, and he was a fighting machine. He went the whole way, and he was not as winded as I thought. He's definitely putting the work in. I think now that he came off that last fight with the skills that he showcased he's been working on, he kind of took this paint, put a target on his back, and I want to see who he has next.
Okay, and my comment, I think those are two great people to watch. And my comment with the Man in the Mirror is, people may have seen Scarface address this, but I'm just going to say it quick, even though it has nothing to do with me. And I'm going to say it the nicest way I know how. People are upset because he let his child, who is under the age of 18, fight in the scrapyard. I mean, in the OG yard.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. If you have a problem with it, start your own fucking organization. The reason he can let his son do it is because if his son gets hurt, his son's not going to fucking sue him for everything he has. So shut the fuck up. That was the nicest way I could say it. Like, people want to get mad and you're like, oh, you let your son do it. Yeah. And it's exactly why, is because it's not because Scarface wants to go, my son can do it, nobody else can. It's because if your 16-year-old gets their ass whooped in the OG yard and ends up in the hospital, he's going to lose everything he worked for. Okay, that just rubbed me the wrong way. I had to throw that out there.
No, I agree 1,000%. And I agree with it. Let your kid fight. Half of us are fighting in the streets. It's better to do it with a mouthpiece and some gloves. At least you're protected somehow. You bare knuckle, you end up breaking 4 or 5 teeth. You can break your whole hand. I mean, come on.
And then Scarface knows how well his kid is trained, knows what type of opponents. He's not feeding him to 35-year-old monsters. You know what I mean? He's letting him work his way up. And I understand that there's a lot of kids who could probably do this and their parents probably wouldn't sue, but he can't take that chance. And it became this thing that, and every time I see it, it just rubbed me the wrong way. And since you brought up Man in the Mirror, I just had to throw that out there.
It's funny because when I was younger, I wanted to join a fight club or like a box organization or MMA because I was just fighting a lot in the streets. And my mom got scared and she wouldn't let me because she's like, no, because then if you get real good, you want to start really whooping ass in the streets. And I was like, oh, no. So, but it's all good. But
one quick thing before we get on to what you have going on. I don't have the exact date, but Overtime Hustling, Yankee and the Brit coming together. We're bringing you a brand new show. So we're joining up for a new show. Should be dropping in August. Don't have the exact date. Wanted to throw that out there. Really excited about that.
Ooh, I can't wait to see that. You like tuning while I can to all the shows.
So what you got going on, buddy? I see the Scrapyard colors. Well, you was out at the pro wrestling. You had your great seats. I saw you had your booth set up, man. You was killing it.
Heck yeah, thank you. Yeah, I got some stuff to shout out. You know, I got my own custom keychains, my own custom stuff. Got this Zoel, as you know, Zoel-world.com to go pick up all your merch. I'm on the rise. So obviously I've had my magazine feature from Overtime Hustling. Shout out to them. But yes, I had a booth at the SOS Professional Wrestling Organization up here. And I'm probably looking at becoming a consistent sponsor. So I will always have a booth there. My flag will be hung up, stuff like that. And I even have a wrestler that I sponsored. So, I mean, there you go. I already have my foot in the door, and I have a couple other places I'm trying to look at in Seattle. I have other professional wrestling and try to get in with some of them as well with some booths. I mean, it's eventful. It's fun. The energy is great. And the thing that's slightly different when certain like UFC cards, you get those drunk assholes that want to fight everybody. At least here, people get drunk and like half of them are nerds. So they know they're not going to kick anyone's ass. They're there for the entertainment. So I like it. But yeah, and then Instagram, Zoel_Buddy V. You see all the fun stuff. I have a bunch of new paintings I've been doing. The website's got some new stuff on there for the kickoff with a whole lot more. And this summer's just going to be jam-packed with all sorts of fun events. I'll be keeping everyone updated, not just with some of the wrestling events, but I'll probably be getting a booth over here at a couple music festivals coming around. So if you guys want to come see your boy over the Pacific Northwest, you know, just stay on my trail and you'll know where to go.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Big things to come from everybody's out here grinding. I'm really excited for what all of us are doing. So keep your eyes open. And remember, one world, one love. Deuces.